Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Life with Patty. Happy Thursday and happy hashtag Thursday BookTube. This is an open collaboration that is hosted by myself and my friend Daphne over at My Mountain Home and Kitchen. What it is on Thursdays, any of you are welcome to join in and talk about anything to do with books. Whether it be a book review, a favorite author, going to a bookstore, showing us a book haul, showing us your favorite cookbook, showing us your favorite coloring book, anything that has to do with a book. We are more than welcome to let you participate in our hashtag Open Thursday, hashtag Thursday BookTube. And just put that hashtag in there and let Daphne or myself know that you have uploaded your video. Sometimes even when you put the hashtag in, for some reason, it does not come up. I don't know why. Happened the same thing with hashtag Artisan Journal Prompt 2024 when I hosted that. We had all kinds of people participating. We have a lot of people now participating in Thursday BookTube. And even when you hashtag it, for some reason, sometimes it doesn't come up. So if you notice that we don't come over and comment on your video, let one of us know so we can come over and watch it. And Daphne will put it on the playlist. We have a big playlist now. But today I don't have a book review to do with you because I'm almost done with a book, but I'm not quite done with it. So I don't want to do a book review on it until I'm finished with it. So last week I did talk about my 5 favorite female authors. And then I took a picture of my cute little bear sitting on my bookshelf that my friend gave me, my coworker gave me for Valentine's, my cute little bear. And when I sent it to our group text for work, my boss says, "You need to read more men authors." And so I said, it's funny because I just realized that I don't have that many male authors. And it's not on purpose. I look for books that spark my interest, and hardly any of them are written by men. And so my boss is a big John Grisham, James Patterson, David Da Vinci, I think that's his name, Lee Childs, I can't remember all of them. So I went through all my books and I found 4 male authors. And it's not like I've read a lot of their books. So the first one was Epitaph for a Peach, and it is by David Matsumoto, who is from the same town that Kim from Kim's Inspired Life lives in. Well, from the town over. So David is a peach farmer in Fresno, California, and he was a guest speaker at one of our book events in the small town I live in. So he came. I read his book because he was going to be a speaker there. And that's the only reason I read his book. And I don't mean that in a derogatory manner. He's written about 5 books. They all have to do with farming and his peach orchards or his grape vineyards. And so for him, it's a part of his life. And to my husband, it's very interesting because it talks about the soil and it talks about the weather and the rain and the insects that get into his trees and him trying to go organic and the challenges of going organic and just being broke as a joke. He owns a lot of land, but money-wise, he had none, and it talks about his wife. She worked in the medical field, and if it wasn't for her paycheck, a lot of times they wouldn't have had any money because his farming didn't make any money for a long time. So that's one author, is David Matsumoto. He's also written some children's books, but I wouldn't say that I read him all the time. I just read that book, which was okay. Like I said, it's something more my husband would like to read than me, but it was okay. Okay. The second male author that I read was Trevor Noah, Born a Crime. This was an excellent book, and this is his true story of Trevor Noah's life. And he was on what's that show called at night? He had the Daily something. I can't remember. It's a night show. It's like a talk show at night. I can't remember what it was, but he was the host of it for many years. And I think he hosted the last big Academy Awards. But Trevor was born in Africa, and he was born a crime in Africa, and he's younger than me. So I think he was born in the 80s. His mother was black and his father was white. And in Africa at that time, that was a crime. And if they would have found out who his father was, they could have killed him for it at that time. So this book talks about his true life and him making it all the way to America, broke as a joke, and making something of himself, and is very well off now. I thoroughly loved this book. I would recommend it to anybody. When I first read it, I didn't realize who it was, and then all of a sudden I realized who it was, and it made it just that much more interesting knowing how far he's come in life. So this is a good book, and he has written about 3 books, but I just read this book because the book club that I was in suggested this book, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. The next author I have is Nicholas Sparks, and I think I read this book a long time ago, but I can't remember, and I picked it up at the thrift store. You saw it in my book haul the other day, and I have read a few of Nicholas Sparks' books, and I know some of his books have become movies that I enjoyed as well. And I haven't read him in a long time, but I do like him. But he is more, his books are very, they're romance books. Even one of the movies that The Notebook, he wrote The Notebook, which was his first book ever to write and became a major motion picture that was a great movie. So I like Nicholas Sparks. I don't read him all the time, but I do like him, and I would like to get back into reading more of his books. And the last author that I have here was probably my favorite of the 4, and that is John Grisham. Now, my husband went through a phase where he read a lot of his books. I've read probably 5 or 6 of his books. This book, A Painted House by John Grisham, probably was my all-time favorite book of all books for a long, long time. And it has now been probably at least 10 years since I've read this book, and so I am going to read it again. Because at one time I considered it my ultimate favorite book. And it is about picking cotton back in Alabama, I believe it is, and their house is all weathered. And I think it is the boy that he earns money and he goes and gets a can of paint every time he earns money to paint the house. And he's painting it from the back end to begin with and then come forward. But it talks about all the farming of cotton and, hiring help to come in and the drama of it. But it's not a John Grisham normal, like in the courtroom or, like a mystery type thing. And it was my all-time favorite. Now, I haven't read it for a long time, so I can't remember, but I want to read it again, and I'm going to read it soon. So, yeah. So those are the 4 authors that I have in my home. Those are the only 4 I have. And like I said, it's not on purpose. It's just what I tend to enjoy to read. And they're written by mostly women. So tell me in the comments below, who is your favorite male authors? And maybe I'll look them up and I will try to read some of their books. But yeah, I don't have a lot of favorite authors that are men. So it's nothing against them. It's just what it is. So thank you all for tuning in today. And please let me know who your favorite male authors are. And if you would like to be a part of BookTube, just join us on Thursday with anything to do with books. Hashtag it Thursday BookTube. Let myself or Daphne know, and we'll go over and watch your videos. So you guys have a great day. Take care, and I'll see you back here real soon. Bye-bye.